What is going on, Paragon community? We are back again with another community talk video. And boy, oh boy, these have been coming in more frequently than I expected. I actually plan to do a video once a week, but looky here, I got a lot to say. So in this one, I want to talk about team composition. I actually just played a match, just got out of a match where we had one hell of a team comp. Now, like I've said before, and I think I say in every video, I am not a Paragon. What I say is not the law, and what I say is not, gospel. But I do feel as though I can support my theories with a decent amount of facts and evidence to suggest that maybe I know a little bit of what I'm talking about here. Now, what is a good team comp? Why does team composition even matter? And this is not a beginner's guide thing. This is not. I just want to talk about this for a little bit before I move on to the next thing, which is going to be skins. Team composition. Now, we went into this match, and I've been seeing a lot of this. I don't know what happens. It seems to like the stars just align, and then everyone in the community seems to shift to something else. I have no idea. At one point, it was a ton of melee heroes. Everybody just wanted to play melee. Everyone wanted to run around and whack people with their sword or axe or whatever. You don't have a character with an axe. That's something that we should probably have. Anyway, now it's like no one wants to play melee. So let's get to this hero roster real quick here. Let's get that up. Now, why is it important to have a good blend? And there are instances, and this is like, once again, disclaimer here, my opinion. There are instances where I see, less traditional team comps working out. Um, like for instance, Kalari. Let's say Kalari is the only melee fighter you have, and you have a Bellica, you got support, everything else is on point. But the only melee you have is Kalari. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to be a problem. I see that as an issue because I'm picturing 35 minutes into the game. All right, we've been playing for 35 minutes. Everyone's got card points. Let's say it's not a one-sided match and it's an equal, we've all got card points. Their carry's doing well, our carry's doing well. Their support's getting assists, we're getting assists. Everything is pretty much even playing field, and it's going to come down to a team fight. And I feel as though once I've climbed higher and I'm climbing higher in Elo, things are coming down to this. People aren't making as many mistakes. People aren't chasing as many stupid kills. And people are playing, waiting for that end game because they know we gotta win team fights and make pushes. So what happens now? Team fight breaks out, and this is something that I think is not emphasized enough in the game. Initiators are freaking important, and there's lots of people that I think can do this. I think Kwang is one of the best initiators in the game. I would also argue that maybe Aurora is a really good one, even though I know that is not one of her traits, I don't think, but I think she's fantastic. You go blinking or riding in there on the ice, pop that ult, fight on, baby. We're in there. Like I see that as her as a fantastic initiator. Obviously, Purity Sensor will cut all that. Why is initiators important? Well, I believe his name is Cameron Winston. I watched the community talks, community corners. From what I understand, this is his favorite role, and I completely agree as to why this role is so important. Without a good initiator, an initiator, first of all, is someone who can start the fight because they have built their self to be able to go in first and take that initial burst of damage and deal the damage necessary to then have the team follow up behind them, peeling for everybody and things like that. Kwang is great at that. You toss your sword up, tether somebody, you go teleporting in, bam, fight on, baby, we're in there. Just like that. And he also gets that armor for a few seconds while his team catches up. Imagine a scenario like that. And now that is how you start a fight. Or crunch. Let's say you're crunch, you've built armor and you've built health. and you go forward crunch, you go riding in there, and you start up the fight. You stun somebody, knock them up, you start going ham. Then your team follows up. Like that is how it should work. Now, imagine a scenario where Kalari is the only melee fighter you have. Kalari cannot walk into the team and attack them and start a fight and not get deleted. It's not going to happen. He's going to die. Or she's going to die. It's what it is. He doesn't have the kit for it. Yes, you could build her with extra health and armor, but that's not. I mean, you can, but I don't. I don't see that being a good idea. Just to initiate. Grux is a great initiator as well. You build some health and a little bit of armor on Grux. He's fantastic. Blood soaked armor as well with his own bleed. He's fantastic. He goes zooming in and he can do what he has to do. Even Fing Mao, he can teleport in, pop his shield, have honor the pure on the side. Use that. It's so many ways that you can do this. But if you don't have the proper team comp and you don't have an initiator, what is going to happen at the 30-minute mark, 35-minute mark when it's time for a team fight and all that's happening is there's two teams bouncing back and forth, too scared to really start it up and start the fight, and you just kind of trickle off, and maybe the lanes start getting pushed, people start separating, and the team fight really doesn't happen. Maybe one person gets killed or singled out and killed, and it's not the same as having a proper setup. And once again, there is no definite answer because, contrary to popular belief, I think having two ADCs is the way to go. I enjoy having two ADCs on my team, one ranged in one melee. I like having Yin or Seraph up front, and I like having someone in the back who can also deal massive damage. And there's a reason for this because a lot of the time the carry just gets focused. A lot of the time the carry just gets put down. And if you have a Sparrow carry, you can be the greatest Sparrow. You can be a God Sparrow, a Paragon Sparrow. You can be any kind of Sparrow you want. But if 5 people decide, hey guys, we're going to focus the carry every team fight, then go. It ain't going to be much you can do about that. But break that up into 2 carries. 2 carries, in fact. One up front, one in the back. It's not going to be easy to say, okay, we're going to focus both of them down. No, you might kill one, but we still have a carry. That's the point. You want to have that big damage dealer in there. And if you only have one, I feel like it's too easy to get focused down. When if you had 2, focusing the carries no longer becomes the ideal strategy. You start thinking of other ways to counter them. At least that's how I would play it out. I mean, there's also other ways that you can go about it as well. I like also having 2 tanks. 2 big guys on your team is great for starting fights. It's great for team fights, especially if you have 2 ADCs. 2 tanks, 2 ADCs, and like 1 caster. Fantastic. You need a caster to push the lane. You need some sort of sieger in there. You need that. So probably like a Bellica or a Howie. Imagine a team comp with like Revenant, Yin, Bellica, Rampage, and Grux. I don't see you losing that match unless the other team has something, obviously to counter. But the point is, that's a well-rounded team, in my opinion. The 2 tanks is great. I think survivability is something that we're not taking into consideration when it comes to team fights. It's not about doing big lightning bolts of damage. It's really, in my opinion, being able to survive the fight. Because once your health gets below a certain point, right? That you're out there, you're doing your thing, you get hit with 2 abilities, and your health gets put down by to essentially how he is to a rocket. Gideon drops an anchor on you, maybe not at the same time, but throughout the fight. Now your health is so low that yes, you can still attack. Yes, you can. But all you're really going to do is stay on the outskirts of the match and do a little dance, maybe throw a little couple hits in there every time your abilities are up. You're not going to go full force like you would if you had a healthy amount of HP. Which is what tanks are for. Tanks can do that. 2 tanks, taking all that aggro, keeping them off your care, allowing you to not have to run and allowing you to do your role a little bit better. Excuse me. I think that having 2 tanks is definitely the way to go, or 2 ADCs. There's so many different team comps, but there are also team comps that I feel like don't work. For instance, like I said before, a Kalari being the only melee person, or who else? Or imagine like Shinbi being the only melee. Or it doesn't have to be an assassin. A Seraph being the only melee. No, you can't have that. You need people who can go in up front. Because we all know if you play Revenant and Grux comes near you, you turn around, you run. If you play Twin Blast and I don't know, Chimera come near you, you turn around, you run. Now, what does that say in a team fight? If they have more melee and we have like one, so they got 3 melee people, we got one. They're going to focus him. They're going to be up there in the front alone with them, and he'll just die. And now everyone else is just running. You're attacking, but you're retreating at the same time. That's something. That's an aspect that I don't think people take into consideration enough. And in the match that I just got out of, I was forced to play Crunch. I love Crunch, by the way. That is not a shot at Crunch. He's not as high as I would like him to be, but I love Crunch. Crunch is a fantastic hero. Uh, Played him, and honestly, I wanted to pick someone else, but we only had a Kwang. All we had was Kwang, and while Kwang is a fantastic initiator, like I said, alone in the front like that, Kwang's going to die fairly quickly. So, with me there as well, stunning, using my CC, and being a tank for him, together we're able to hold aggro from our carry, our support, and everything else. And if they don't decide to attack us instead of them, we will shred them. So, keep that in mind, guys. When you're making team comps, definitely, when you're in the drafting lobby, the game has started. You need to be checking out their levels. You need to be looking at who's, I don't want to say who's going where, but you need to be thinking about what do they have? What can this person do? How can I cancel this? How can I counter that? I know it's a cancel, but how can I counter this? They got a Mortgage. Maybe I should get a Narbash. Things like that. They got a Phase. Maybe I should run someone with Thick Blood. They got a Roar. Maybe I should pick my character who has Purity Sensor in their deck, and you better believe I have a character with all of these things. Maybe not the Thick Blood. I gotta put a Thick Blood in my deck. I'm deciding who it should go on. I think it's a growth card. I'm deciding who it should go on. Alright, guys. That's enough about the team comp. I want to talk to you guys about something a little different here. This skin game and banner game in Paragon. Right now, we have the Iggy banner, which I think is awesome. I love what they're doing here. I like that they're doing things that surprise me. And I feel like it's a rare thing with games nowadays. I'm rarely surprised by anything that a game ever does. But I really enjoyed this. Although, Epic, I do have an issue with the way that skins are being released. Now, obviously, I am not a video game designer. I'm not a part of Epic. I don't know how long it takes to make skins. But I can say this. I find that it is highly unacceptable that Severon came out about, I want to say 3 to 4 months, maybe even 5 months before, I might say I don't have a Master Severon. Sev came out a while, much sooner than Chimera. But look at his look at this here. What we see here. We don't see variety like if I was to come over here to measure Chimera. Like this guy, he gets all the love, and it's honestly sickening. He's got a tier 2. He's got multiple tier 1s. He's got three tier 1s. How many does he need? And to top that off, he also has variations on his regular fucking skin. This guy has gotten so much love. It's filthy. It's absolutely disgusting. So why is this? Why is it that certain heroes get this love and other heroes don't? I'll tell you why. Because I have an idea as to why. Do I know for sure? No, I don't know for sure. How would I? But I have an idea. Everyone likes Chimera. I ain't gonna say everyone. I don't play with Chimera pretty much at all. But Chimera is a popular hero. I don't know how much each hero is played. I obviously don't have access to the information, but I'm going to assume that Murdoch, Chimera, Greystone, these are probably heroes that get lots of playtime. So releasing skins for these heroes is probably in their best interest because they'll get more money in return. You're not going to buy a skin for a hero you don't play, are you? You're more than likely to buy one for a hero you play frequently. So that would explain why I think Mount took so long to get his. It would explain a lot. Greystone is in pretty much every single game that I play has a Greystone on someone's team, if not both teams. I don't have a problem with it. I think Greystone's fantastic. Great hero. I love when he's on my team. Um, well, that would explain why he has so many skins. And we can all agree, Greystone has so many skins. I see a problem with this. I don't like when games make moves strictly because it's financial. I think you take the consumer out of the equation when you do that. Like, why does Kwang still not have a tier 2 skin? Why is that? Well, can anyone answer? Why does Kwang still not have a tier 2 skin? But uh, multiple other people seem to be getting them. Who all has one? We got, who all has tier 2? We got Fing, Gadget, Gideon went straight to tier 3. Uh, Greystone went straight to tier 3 and 1.5, I think he has. Grugs, Howie. We still haven't gotten any love for Iggy, even though I heard rumors about some sort of robot skin coming out. That'll be interesting. I don't play Iggy, and as of right now, I don't see any reason to play Iggy. He's just a liability. What the fuck does Iggy do? Like, I don't get it. I'm not going to walk in your turrets. I've been fighting Iggy for 9, 10 months. I know to just walk away from your turrets. And if you're going to stand there and do an emote, then I'm just going to... Who cares? It's not going to draw aggro because you taunted me. I'm just going to walk away. And you can stand there in your turrets. Like, it's... Come on, guys. Come on. This isn't smart. Uh, there is occasions where I can see Iggy being somebody that actually is viable, which I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for. But there are situations. I used to play it this way. Imagine building a deck, right? Your job. You go into this match, right? You've built this deck. I used to do this with Grim, which looking back on it was extremely stupid. This was back before I really knew that Grim was a carry and should carry things. Anyway, but I think it would work well on Iggy. Imagine a scenario where you built your deck strictly for defense. And what does that mean? I'm not talking all health and armor. By defense, I mean protecting the towers. Your only job is to protect towers. Never go past the river and stay on your side of the map and protect your towers. So you have a portal stone in your deck. You might have some sort of movement speed card in your deck to help you rotate through lanes quicker, and lots of power as well to clear the minions quickly. Imagine a deck like that. And imagine if the whole team knows that no matter what, one person, Iggy, who can easily clear these minions, will always be back to protect the lanes, and he can even teleport to the towers because of Portal Stone. Well, that's going to change the way that your team plays. And it actually could be strong. The other four now have the ability to push a little bit more because they don't have to worry about rotating because they know you're going to handle all of that. You're not going to push, you're only rotating. That's actually, Iggy could be pretty viable doing something like that. You put the turrets inside of the tower, eat them on up, rotate, eat them on up, keep going. Like, it could work. My opinion. My opinion. Obviously, against a better team, I'm assuming there's a way around that. How are you going to kill him, though? If he's always in, like, hey, that actually sounds pretty clutch. Somebody try that shit. Let me know how that goes. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, obviously, when it's time for team fights, they're going to be short a man. You're going to be short a man, and the other team can play off of that. But I suppose with the right team comp, you could. I mean, it's still 4v5. So, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that. Because if you 4v5 an intelligent team, you're going to lose. Unless you have, like, the greatest fucking team comp ever. Maybe like a Rampage, a Grux, a Revenant, and fucking I don't even know who was the last person. Who should the last person be? Some sort of something. I don't know. Maybe like a Gideon or something like that. But back to the skins, I definitely feel as though the skins in this game are going in a more financial direction. Who's going to make the most money? Not necessarily who deserves it, and not deserves it. That doesn't sound right. Not. I'm talking about who needs it. Like, why does certain heroes still not have skins? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense. Uh, Richter got a tier 2.5. I'm pissed that it's only a holiday thing. I have no idea if it's coming back. I'm pissed about that. I wasn't going to spend $30 on Christmas costumes. I'm not doing that. So sorry, or was it $12? I mean, maybe I'd have spent the 12. I've bought other stuff in this game, but definitely feel like other heroes should be getting love who are just being ignored. I want to see a tier 2 Kong skin. I want to see that. Where is that? I heard that they had something coming up on a different YouTuber's channel. I don't know when that's coming. For all I know, that could be in September. I have no idea. Where is the Iggy skin that was teased at the beginning of the year? I mean, I'm not saying Epic's doing nothing. Obviously, Epic is hard at work on the card rework and everything else they have going. But if it's one thing that I definitely want Epic to listen to, is to, hey, guys, please support the heroes that are not getting love. Maybe the reason they aren't getting love is because the same ones keep getting skins, the same ones keep getting reworks, the same ones get literally all of the attention. While you have some people who just sit there getting left in the fucking dust. It makes absolutely no sense to me. It's filthy. It's absolutely filthy. That's it for this one though, guys. I'm irritated about the skins today. I'm sure you guys can tell. But that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know how you guys feel about version 40.1 Age of Intellect. And do you disagree with my team comp decisions? Do you think that having two ADCs is dumb? You think having two ADCs is good? I don't know. You know, I'm in the gold league. I do the best I can. I've seen all kinds of team comps work. Hell, I haven't seen people win games where they have no melee fighters. So who knows? But that's it, guys. I will catch you guys in the next video. Till next time.